Hey guys, Deva here, and today we have another build video, and it's going to be for a class that hasn't been covered much. There is a couple of videos, but I wanted to share also my friend's build, because my friend kind of make the tankiest build possible, and it's not what people really think. Like, you see a lot of people speccing for defense, having 150k defense, but that's not very good to be tanky, because for the people who don't know, defense works in a way that the more you put, the less you get back, like diminishing returns. For example, from 60k to 120k, you're gonna have like only 10% reduction, for example. Ryan Choose has a really great video about it if you want to check it out later. But yeah, with that said, I will go over the build and explain the synergies and why some choices are made over the others. In the big picture, it's always HP, the most important stat, and then shield, and then at last defense. The last thing you want to put on a tanky build is defense. So the skill module will be body enhancement, and this is the best module if you want a tanky Ajax. It will increase defense and shield proportionally to max HP, and that's why it's important to max out your HP first, because everything else scales with it. Now this module right here, overwhelming HP, will go kind of back and forth with body enhancement. So while body enhancement converts your HP to shield, this converts then again your shield to HP. So they kind of like have a multiplicative effect of increasing your HP. So this is the second most important module you want on the set. Now I know obviously the build is maxed out. We have been playing for 2 weeks and it's his main, or was his main before he switched to Sharon. What a traitor, I know, right? But yeah, like I will tell you in the order you want to put your skills, and then the modules, and then every time you get a new catalyst you can add the new one. So yeah, body enhancement, then overwhelming HP. So as second and most important will be Sim Accelerant, which gives you 234 max HP, and then obviously max HP as well, which is gonna also give you another 200 something. Now, what you don't want to use is HP amplification. It gives a good chunk of HP, but at the same time it lowers your shield. And if you, as you know from the first, from the body enhancement and overwhelming HP, you don't really want to mess with shield either, because it gets proportionally converted. So yeah. Battle of Stamina also doesn't give you much HP, so you don't really want to do that. And duration is pretty much useless because it doesn't increase the duration of barrier and hypercube. The next most important thing you really want to do is skill expansion, and let me explain why this is huge. It's not only it makes it more comfortable moving around the hypercube or the sphere or whatever. For example, some monsters like the Swamp Walker or others have like AoE attacks, so if the shield is too small, even though you're shielded, when it hits the shield, it will create this puddle reaching inside the shield, right? So the shield won't protect you of that. So you want to have as much of a big bubble as possible. So expansion, really important, even more important than actually putting a shield module in the build. So that's priority after HP. Same thing for the barrier. It will be a larger barrier, you have more movement space, and the AoEs can reach inside the barrier, so you want to have the movement space there. The next thing you want to build for is weighing scales and increased shield. Those will give you the most shield that you can have. And they're really important because, again, overwhelming HP converts shield to HP. Now your build is kinda already complete, and now comes the fine-tuning stuff. Time distribution for skill cooldown and some extra HP is a very good option to have your shields faster up and have a little bit more extra HP. So the next thing you want to put on your remaining empty slots before putting any defense is Strong Mentality, which will reduce the MP costs, and his shields cost a lot of MP. So if you think you're fine of HP, MP, you don't need it, but as my friend plays him every day, he says there is an issue with MP, so he really recommends using this. Next comes increased defense, and then you have a one slot open. On this one you have multiple options what to use there. On the empty slot you can go for more defense to further increase your defense, or you can actually go for more range to make it more comfortable even inside the bubble. The good thing is they share the same catalyst, so it's an easy swap out when it comes to that. Now, there is also builds you can do, of course, with Ajax, like there is a module that allows you to reflect all the damage, where you, for example, build for max HP, and the bosses deal damage to your shields, it reflects the damage to the boss, and it's a high DPS build for Ajax, but you're not tanky at all compared to this build. And as Ajax, as being a kind of a defense tank and support class, you want to supply and help your team with defense, because you can do still a lot of good DPS with just your weapon. Now, a recommendation to use the Thunder Cage. By the way, for Thunder Cage build, you can either copy this or my build. It's exactly the same damage. We mathed it out and it's the same build. I know a lot of people get confused by the DPS. Just use whatever you want if you don't trust us, but that's for us the best Thunder Cage build, and we tested it. And yeah, you can slot in a Defense Master if you want. It will increase your defense by 120%, which is a lot. But again, defense is not as good scaling the higher you go up, so it's just an idea. Now, for components, you don't really want a specific set. What's more important is having max HP on everything, because as you know, there is different sets, and some parts actually you can't drop them with HP. If you can, and it's just RNG, we may have just been unlucky, but we noticed that there is specific parts that come fixed with defense. So preferably what you want on all of your parts is max HP and max HP. Now, of course, you can have some defense. It's gonna be less tankier having defense, but it's not gonna be like completely bad or something. So just use whatever you have, but prioritize having double max HP if possible in there. But yeah, I can't give you guys much more input because I don't play the class myself, but I've playing with my friend since the game released every single day, and he's tried a lot of different combinations of Ajax, and this he found to be the best build for being tanky and supporting your teammates. And I can say it was working well because he was always reviving me or keeping me alive while I can burst DPS the boss and go full glass cannon. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I know a lot of you want to have like more classes covered, like Frenny and all that stuff. You must understand that, but for me to make these videos, like I'm already like, I'm be honest, I'm playing at least 10 to 12 hours every single day since the game out, at least 12 hours. I usually just eat really quick something and just play. Yeah, so it's hard to like even max out one class, so it's impossible to cover more than one build if it's not for my friends who actually had the two other classes, and I play Vyasa currently. Now that Vyasa is maxed out, I can slowly move to other characters, but that's a thing they're mostly already covered, but I'm sure we're gonna discover new builds, so those are gonna be covered also with the time. But yeah, hope all of you enjoyed the video and can make something out of it. Hope everyone's having a nice day. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment, subscribe, it supports a lot. And with that said, happy gaming.